Yay! What's up? It's on, which is good. Um, so I think the best place to start is with your story. So I wonder if maybe you could tell a little bit about how you got to be involved with Boys and Girls Club and what your experience has been like, what's happened so
Boys
far.
and Girls Club has been a big part of my school. My high school that I went to, Hollister Price Middle College, they've always had kids to come over. So my senior year, because I wanted to be a mechanic, and they have a mechanic program as well as logistics and other sort of skill programs that you can join, I decided to join the Boys and Girls Club. And immediately they like accept you. They help you with all the great connections and getting you, job ready, especially your senior year, college ready, and things of that nature. But I joined the mechanics class, culinary, and as well as the forklift class. And they pretty much just helped me out throughout my senior year because I wanted to be an automotive mechanic at first, which is still my hobby. Like, I just love cars. But as time went on and the military introduced me to aircraft mechanics, it made me want to, really just try something new. I'll be the first person in my family that was an aircraft mechanic. So I thought that was pretty awesome. So I came down to trying to join the Air Force actually. And because of my medical history, I wasn't allowed to join because I had too much on it that would disqualify me, like asthma and things of that nature. So they found out that I couldn't join the military because they were all rooting for me. And they were like, well, we're going to try to help you any way we can. So Keith at the Boys and Girls Club tried to call anybody he knew to see if he could give me an internship with aircraft mechanics in FedEx. And he was able to, and they immediately just took me in the same way the Boys and Girls Club took me in. And they worked with me all summer. I got to work on planes. I got to see the business side of FedEx and things of that nature. So, I got to lift 200-pound fan blades, and that was pretty exciting and things of that nature. But after they set me up, they now have set me up for life. Thanks to the Boys and Girls Club. I had an internship that was a paid internship all summer, and
Hold on one sec, I just lost you. Oh, can you hear me? Wait 1 second. Oh no, hold on. Can you hear me?
oh, I can hear you now.
Oh, now I can hear you. Okay, we're great. Okay, go ahead. So you had a paid internship for the summer, and then what happened?
After that, they really didn't want me to leave, but because I only have a year and a half left on my bachelor's degree before I graduate with a 4-year bachelor's degree, they said that they were going to place me in the hub, and I'll work in the hub until I finish at Lamont College, which is the college that I'm at right now. I'm almost on my junior year,
Oh,
actually.
that's great.
And I know, right? And they, after I finish my senior and junior year at Lamont College, then they'll be placed.
Oh, no, you cut out one more time. Hold on. This is so aggravating. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. Hang on. Okay, try again.
Oh.
Yes. Okay, good. I can hear you.
Because of them, they placed me in a hub, and I have a job in a hub that I work at night after school. And they'll have me in there until I finish Lamont College. And when I enroll in TCAT, which is Tennessee College of Applied Technology, to get my airframe and power plant license, they'll be placing me back to the mechanic side so that I can still be over there with them and get a feel for everything that I'm going to do once I become a mechanic. And they've already told me once I get my certifications and my tests done, then I'll have a job with them for sure. So they pretty much set me up for life, like my job skills. And then on top of that, they're the Boys and Girls Club are helping me find sponsors to take summer classes at Lamont College so that I can finish in the year and a half that I'm supposed to take summer classes. So like 12 hours, basically another semester during the summer, so that I can go ahead and get into A&P school because it's my passion. Like, I really just feel like it's something that I love to do. Most girls don't want to get their hands dirty, but I love it. So they pretty much have set me up for life, and they keep in contact with me anytime I need anything, or if there's anything going on, I just need somebody to talk to. The Boys and Girls Club pretty much have just been there, like my whole senior year, all the way throughout college. And also because of them, I won an award called Beat the Odds, which also ended up getting me a scholarship and another interview as well. Basically, to tell people my story, how I overcame everything that I went through in life, and how I was able to, still endure and make it this far and still be doing great. So it's pretty awesome.
Incredible. That's amazing. And I know that it reflects, your story reflects so much what those guys want the program to be. And so it's just really exciting to hear.
It's amazing. I have seen the Boys and Girls Club before. I've actually been a part of Girls Inc. and they did a great job too. But when I came to the Boys and Girls Club, I thought it was just going to be just like Girls Inc. But when I seen it, they had all the technical skills to really just prepare you for life. It doesn't matter how old you are. Like, they're going to help you gain the skills that you need for high school, college, past those. Like, they just a really good support system. And I wish they had more technical training centers, around Memphis for working. So it'd be like really great.
Can you tell me a little bit about going back to the year that you spent taking classes at the center? Mm-hmm. That was your senior year?
That was my senior year of high school.
Senior year. And you said, but I didn't catch the third one. You said you did culinary and logistics, and what was the last one?
They had automotive mechanics as a
automotive mechanics. And then can you tell me what your schedule was like during the week when you were there? That was 3 years ago now?
Oh, yeah. So my schedule during the week was that I was, like, my whole day, like high school and college and all that stuff. So I had high school classes at Hollister Price, as well as college classes at Lamont College. And on top of that, I was working, like, 3 or 4 jobs at first, but then I quit all my jobs because I got really sick. So that's when I joined the Boys and Girls Club, because I needed a way, because they pay you a stipend to learn how to do a skill. So after I got out of school, I actually go to the gym and work out, and then I would go to the Boys and Girls Club. And on Mondays and Wednesdays, I had logistics, and on like Tuesdays and Thursdays, I think I had basic soft skills, which is just teach you how to resume build. And then I had automotive mechanics on Fridays. And then culinary was a class that I didn't originally join, but because I love the culinary program, and I really just love volunteering. I ended up volunteering for a lot of their things. And then I joined their class, and I pretty much just volunteered for all of their events. And they showed me how to do little simple things like fold napkins and set up tables and etiquette and things of that nature. So culinary was all voluntary, so anytime that one of my teachers wasn't there, I would go to culinary and learn some things, because I didn't want to just...
Oh no, you cut out again. I think if you hit mute and then unmute, it resets it. Maybe I can do it. Let's see. The internet is not our friend, man, today.
It's not. Oh, there you go. But, so this pretty much was my schedule, and then I would go home after that, but they were pretty great. On the days that where my ride was like super late or something, they would make sure that I still got home safe and wait for my ride to get there. Like, they were just really supportive people. Like, I think my favorite classes were the classes that I was in, like logistics and automotive and culinary, because they spoke life into me. Like, anytime that I came up with a problem or there was something going on, they could like just see and tell me. And because I was a girl and those were God teachers, they're trying to make sure that I knew, no matter if you're a girl, it doesn't matter what you are, who you are, you think you could do this, then you got it. So they pretty much just stayed positive with me, especially my culinary teacher. His name was El Keenan. He was pretty much a great promoter and like helping me, because he knew me because he went to the same high school. So he knew the struggle that I had growing up. So he just wanted me to be great, basically, make it above all the other beings and all the odds that I faced. He wanted me to be, pretty much great. And here I am. So
yes, here you are. So exciting. And can you talk a little bit about, I feel like you've talked a lot about this in the long run. It would be lovely to know what it was like when you were in it. How did you know when you were there, how did you know what it would mean to be successful? Like what you were shooting for in the program, and then did you get feedback, and what did that look like?
Wow. People told me that I was destined for success because of the life story that I had, but I couldn't figure out what success was because everybody around me was in constant struggle. There was a constant problem. There was, whether it's health or financial, there was always something. Like, I didn't see anybody, like, aside from overcoming that. That was a success for me, overcoming my story, making it out. So when I went into the Boys and Girls Club, my successful rate, like, was just like to get in here and learn a skill.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
My success is just to go in here, learn a skill, stay occupied. Don't think about what's going on at home or what's happening around you. Just go in here and be focused. And then I got in it, and I got to meet new people. I met new people, made new friends, teachers, and it was just like a great place to be. Like, I always wanted to be at the Boys and Girls Club. So I went in with automotives, like trying to learn basic things about cars and little things like that, like how to wash them, how to keep them clean, how to change tires, how to check your oil to see if it's, you need to change it, things like that, little small stuff. Logistics, I actually learned how to drive a forklift. Culinary, I learned the simple basic things on how to cook and how to measure things and how to stay clean. So it was just like, it's 7 years for life. Like, it taught me the things that I needed to know to make sure that I would be successful no matter where I went. If I decided to have a cooking career, if I decided to be an automotive mechanic instead of an aircraft mechanic, or I'm also, like, right now my major at Lamont College is business management. They taught me how to resume build and how to use certain skills and how to talk in interviews and what to do and what not to do. So it was just like, it was just setting you up for life. Like, it was showing you, like, life might not be perfect. You might not take off right away, but these skills help you build on for the long run. So that was successful enough for me to be with, like, because it takes a village to raise a child. And they were my village outside of family. They were helping me grow, and they were rooting for me, like, everywhere. I was able to graduate high school, eighth in my class. I had 52 colleges that I got accepted into, 1.7 million in scholarships. And it's because they pushed you, because they gave you incentives for doing certain little things so that it keep you going. So even when you wanted to give up, it's just like, nope, don't give up. Keep going.
That's amazing.
It was just like great.
Can you talk about a lot of the stories that you've told are, I feel like they must have also changed things inside of you, like changed what you believed about yourself or what you thought about yourself or what you thought about the future or how you thought about the future. Could you talk about that a little bit?
I can. Well, it took me a very long time I've always had this bright personality because I feel like the only way to ignore everything that was going on around me was to just tone it out and just be a happy person, like just speak life into everything that's going around. But even that facade that I kept up for so long, it had its ending because I had this self-esteem that was just like, I know I want to be something because I don't want to go through the same things that I'm going through now as a child. But I was bullied and I was talked about, and financially my family didn't have it. We weren't stable. We moved all over Memphis. We've been homeless before. We had a hard time just getting on our feet. So it was like my self-esteem and just growing up was just like, what am I? Like, what am I to society? What can I add to society? Even at a young age, I believe so young that I had nothing to offer. And it took for me to constantly go through certain things and new environments and more things to happen, good or bad, for me to change the way I thought about myself. Like, I started to get more into church and actually believe it for myself and understand certain things on my own. And it took for me to do that, to understand that, okay, you know what? You're not going to let what's happening to you define you. You're a good person. You have a good heart. You didn't choose the life that you have, but you can make the best of it. So in everything that I do, I put my best foot forward. I try to encourage people as much as I can, mentor people as much as I can, because it wasn't until I started doing that I started seeing people who were just like me. So I no longer feel like, oh, it's just me in the world that's going through this. Like, I'm not alone. So when I finally felt like I had people that I could go to and turn to and talk to about everything that was going on with me, it was just like, okay, now I'll be able to build myself up. So I was able to established this confidence in myself that I've never let go since then. It took me a while to get it because I health wise, I was always sick. I was always in hospital. Like I said, financially, we weren't the best stable family. For a long time, I worked like 4 jobs to help my mom do anything. So it was just like everything was just coming crashing down. And in a world full of people, in a room full of people, you see everybody that you think you love, and it just feel like you have no one. So when I finally realized that everybody that I love loved me back, no matter what it seemed like, it was good for me.
Ah, that's amazing. That is amazing. That's even better than having a job waiting for you on the other end of these certifications you have. That's
Yes.
incredible.
To me, making it wasn't just getting to the goal of, getting the dream job that I wanted and doing the passion that I wanted. It was able to say that everything that I went through, everything that I had to go through, everything that I've done wasn't for anything. I've overcome it. I've made it. It wasn't the fact that I made it to the job. It was the fact that I was able to keep myself up in the process. Even if I fell a few times, it's just like, okay, get back up. You got to keep going. You got to start over again. It's okay if you have to keep starting over until you get there, until you get to your goal. And when I knew I finally made it to where I wanted to be in life, when I was able to sit down and not overthink anything, not thinking bad about myself. What can I do better? What can change? Like, why is life like this? I was no longer questioning life. I felt like life was finally meeting me halfway. I was like, yep, this is the milestone that I needed. So when I made it to that internship, when they told me that they were going to help me get an internship, it wasn't even if I didn't get the internship. If the internship didn't happen, the fact that there was somebody that was still rooting for me to get to my dreams. Because I was heartbroken when I couldn't go to the military because I wanted to go so bad. And when I found out I couldn't go, I lost all hope for like a week. I was just like, this is what I've been preparing for 4 years. Health-wise, I knew I was having trouble, but I had literally mentally prepared myself to just get off. I was on 14 prescriptions. Never thought I would get off half of them, and I ended up getting off half of them. But I was just like preparing myself. And when I found out I couldn't go, it just broke my dreams. And the Boys and Girls Club immediately came in. You know what? I can see if I can do this or help you get this place because you're a hardworking person. You do this, and we're gonna try our best to get you to where you're trying to get to. And they did. They did. They did not fail me. I didn't fail me. And it had to be both of us in teamwork to do it, but we made it happen. And I really, really did love it. Like I had the best summer boss. Like we still talk all the time.
Ah, that's
I
amazing.
still go up there to my old area, and they're like waiting on me to just finish school so that I can come back. And even some of the mechanics tell me that I can come up there on the weekend and still learn certain things. Like they try to teach me certain things. They're so excited that I'm a young lady that wants to be a mechanic, and I have eager and drive. Like I can take criticism, I can learn, I can sit there. You can just sit there and teach me, and I'll just do it. And so stuff like that. It took me. I knew I made it when I got there. It's just like okay, I'm at a place where this is where I want to be. I want to be able to wake up in the morning and not think about what do I have to do to help to stay alive, to survive. I wake up in the morning now with a smile on my face, knowing okay, I have this, that, and the third to do. I have family, I have friends, I have a good job and supportive people that's on my back. I'm no longer alone. For so long I thought I was alone. And when I found out that I had that support system, it was just like, okay, you're gonna be okay. So
That's amazing.
I love it. I'm just glad I made it. I made it this far and that I'm still striving. Like I don't get comfortable where I'm at because if I get comfortable then I won't go further than where I am. I was like, I gotta keep going. There is no limit.
Do you, when you think about your experience and the work that these guys are doing, are there any suggestions or advice or guidance you would give for what they should do for all their kids, for other kids who are in the same place as you, or other students who are trying to think about what they want to do next? Like when they think about how the program should grow, what should they keep in mind and what should they do?
They should keep in mind that a lot of these students aren't as open with their stories because it took me a very long time to tell even a piece of my story. Like I could sit out here and tell the whole world my whole story and it'll be days before I be finished. So it takes for them to truly just you have to connect with the children. Like for me, it took for El Keenan and Mr. Ray and Claude and all of them to sit down and really just talk to me and get me to open up for me to tell them pieces of what was going on in my life. Because some kids are not as open. Some kids are afraid to say anything because you can affect what's going on at home with them, and you might make their life worse. So the thing is to really truly connect. Don't prejudge. Some kids are not as calm as me. Some are hyper. Some feel like acting out is going to be a good thing, or being a class clown is going to be a good thing. Sometimes you have to take what they give you and make the best of it, because that's the only thing that they know. That might be the only way they can survive. So my best thing is to just try to always connect with the kids, any opportunities, because a lot of kids my age don't feel like, we're teenagers my age, don't feel like that they're afforded the same opportunities as everybody else. They feel like if they're not given that opportunity, they'll never get it. They'll never get to where they have to go. And for a long time, I thought like that. Like, if somebody doesn't give me this opportunity, which they have to learn to go get it as well, but a lot of people overlook them because of their background, or where they come from, or how they set up, or what they dress like, or what they look like. And the only way to truly connect kids is to not judge how they think. It's to try to understand how they think, to understand why they're the way they are, to understand, where they come from, what's really going on. To really, some people don't want you in their business, and it's not to say to get in their business, but to be that support system. Like, you can tell when certain kids are going through certain things. Sometimes it's the loudest person in the room. I was the loudest person in the room, had the biggest personality, but I had the world crashing down on me at home. Sometimes it's the quietest person in the room that has the world crashing on them at home. You look at them all as if they're opportunities to be success. So it's just like, you speak success into them. The more that they hear, no matter how much they try to avoid it, or, like, no, I'll never be anything, speaking life into them really changes them in the long run. You can't save everybody, but you can try to help most people and most children, and just, give them your hand, show them that somebody's there. No matter what you look like, where you come from, somebody's there. Somebody wants to see you do good, go far, and be great. So that's what I suggest, to just really
I would
connect.
carry that forward into my life. That's amazing.
Really connect with them, because people used to tell me the sky's the limit. And I pretty much live by this own quote that I made up. Don't tell me the sky's the limit when infinity never ends. There's no end to infinity. So why should I stop at the sky? The sky has to end one day, but infinity, infinite numbers. So you can go as far as you want to go, as much as you want to go. You can decide that you want to have 3 careers in one. As long as you go out and do it, then you got it. So that's how
I love it. That's true. That is true. I'm so sad that I only have a half hour. I feel like I would just love to sit and soak up all your experiences and your stories. They're wonderful.
Once, or if you want to record, because I know they were asking me, some people want to hear my story or to hear pieces of my story. So if you want to record and I can tell you guys my story, we can post it for the world to see. Maybe it'll help somebody or encourage somebody else. I'm fine with that. It took me a long time to get this far, to be able to tell people what I went through in life.
Well, this feels to me like it's such a gift that you would offer, and would be super helpful for those guys and super helpful for the world. So thank you for being so willing to share your story. And we recorded this conversation, which I'll share with them, and they have, can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you now.
Okay. They have, the team has a bunch of work ahead of them in the next few months to put together their sort of new set of publications and guidelines and what they're doing, the playbook for what they do. So I bet they'd be super happy they will be super happy to have this, and then also would love to talk to you about other things.
Because I feel like my story, somebody out there with a similar story or a worse story or whatever the case may be, somebody that can relate, it might encourage them, might help them to keep going, might show them, you know what, I got this. No matter what's going on, I can keep going. Because a lot of people don't feel like that they can, simply because they feel like no one's there.
Yeah.
No one sees them outside of when they need them. Like, I used to feel like that no one saw me unless they needed me for something. Like, she can't do this, and I don't see her. A lot of people just want to be seen. A lot of kids just want to be seen and know that they're appreciated. Like, okay, the things that I do are appreciated.
And this, you feel like the folks at Boys and Girls and at FedEx that they did that for you?
They did, like, they like FedEx, especially FedEx. Like, I came in, and it wasn't that I was some 18, 19-year-old girl that was a high school student that didn't know much about life. It was, I was an adult, I was a worker, and you're my coworker, you're my friend. We're now a family, and they treated me as such. They treated me like I was a family, and like I didn't have a car, or when I had troubles getting somewhere because I was living with my godmom. But when she couldn't pick me up, or I had trouble getting back and forth to this place and there, they were there. They made sure I got everywhere I needed to go. They made sure I did everything that I needed to do. Any resources that they could offer, anything that they could introduce me to that'll make me just mind blown, which they did. They did it for me. And then they also, just like the Boys and Girls Club, they appreciated me. They appreciated.
Oh, you cut out. Hang on. Hit the mute and unmute one more time. Let's see. Okay, try again. Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, there we go. They treated me like I was a family. So they appreciated me. They understood me. They never questioned who I was. It was like if I told them that this is what I wanted to do, they tried their best to make sure that that's what I got to do. So if I wanted to go fly a simulator for FedEx, they made sure that they did everything they could legally,
yeah,
to make sure that I could do such. Or if I wanted to learn different tools, the mechanics made sure that I learned what the ACE was and all the other good stuff. And then I also learned the business side. So one day when I decided, okay, I'm too old to be a mechanic, let's go into the office. Let's help FedEx continue to better their company. They was like, let me teach you that too. So they taught me everything. And the Boys and Girls Club kept in contact with me over the summer. They made sure that if I needed anything, that they were there. It was just like a village. A village just wasn't family by blood, but we're your family. So because of all of them and everybody that was on my team, my boss, her name was Sally, and her boss, Mike, and Nancy, and Jeff, all of them were like amazingly, like they were just like great people to me. So
that's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing this story. I'm so grateful. I have to, oh, can you hear me? Maybe I should mute and unmute. Hold on. Okay. Can you hear me now? I can hear you.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, good. So I have to hop off because I have another call that starts in just a few minutes, but I would love to loop back. I'm sure we're going to have more questions, and I am so grateful that you shared so much of your story.
Thank you. I never mind now. Now I don't. Like, I don't mind sharing my story. If you have any questions, or anybody else has any questions for me, adult, student, child, it doesn't matter. I'm like pretty much just there for anybody that I can help.
Thank you so much, Keishuna. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
I'm grateful. We'll talk again soon, but until then, good luck and stay healthy and safe and well.
You as well.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.